Well, hi there. A very warm welcome. You're watching Times Now with me, Meghna Dekha. First up on the bulletin, our focus is going to be on the massive World Cup controversy. This after MS Dhoni's run out during the World Cup semi-finals against New Zealand at Old Trafford on Wednesday. And now this has been the turning point, with India potentially looking at getting really close to the target of 240 before the veteran was found short by a fine throw from Martin Guptill. Now, even as Indian fans have been agonizing over this loss, a video which was tweeted by the ICC, which has been captioned "Hasta la vista, Dhoni," didn't go down too well with them at all. They thought that it was in poor taste, and after all, they are the official organizers of the tournament. Them putting up such stuff, such kind of news on social media from their own official handle has been deemed unacceptable. This tweet comes, remember, at a time when retirement debate has already erupted. So the big question is, shouldn't a legend like Dhoni be left alone at a time such as this? Remember, Dhoni put in his best, but despite all of that, he did get run out. Following which, of course, a lot was being said about the way he got run out. But what really has irked the fans of India is the fact that the official video which was tweeted out by the ICC, we're going to play out that video. There you have it on your screens. The official video which has been put out by ICC, which seems to have taken some inspiration from Arnold Schwarzenegger's Terminal as well. The series to post this video during the run out hasn't really had the fans being rather amused. Well, Dhoni's run out during the semi-finals turned out to be the turning point, with India potentially looking very, very close. Following which, of course, questions are being raised. Is it acceptable to have ICC from its official handle writing "Hasta la vista" from the Terminator, of course, about Mahendra Singh Dhoni, because many have been talking about this may be Mahendra Singh Dhoni's farewell, his swan dance, his farewell match. Is it acceptable to have this kind of a tweet? So let me go across to some of our viewers. This is a call-in show. You, the viewers, can connect with us directly. Should ICC have put out this tweet? Srinivas, one of our callers, is calling in from Vizag. Go ahead, Srinivasan. What do you think?
Yeah, good evening, ma'am. This is Srinivas.
Yes, Srinivas,
Hello?
we can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, the thing is, this is not at all the right time for ICC to come up with such a tweet, madam.
Why would you say that?
My point is, see, there were some videos saying that during that part where the fielders were not placed correctly. I mean to say, six fielders are outside when they are supposed to be five. Okay?
Yes.
That was an umpiring error. Then also the match went on. And yesterday you saw Jason Roy was not out, but he was given out. So, if you see, in one way, Dhoni was playing the ball which was supposed to be a free hit, in which he got run out. Okay, in free hit also you can get run out. But when ICC has so many mistakes in the umpiring side, it coming with a tweet saying "Hasta la vista" is not at all proper, madam. That's what I feel.
Very interesting. Thank you so much. Of course, many of the fans, as Srinivasan has called in and also said, that there are questions being raised about the way and the technicality of this run out, because there were 6 players who were outside the ring. Is that acceptable? Was that ball even legal? Well, that's a point that others on Twitter have also pointed out. So let me go across to Arunil. Arunil, there are those who are saying Mahendra Singh Dhoni is a proven legend. He has been one of the greats of not just Indian but world cricket. Should the ICC be making videos such as this, almost denigrating, almost mocking Mahendra Singh Dhoni, bidding him adieu at a time like this? Have they forgotten his track record?
Well, making a caught on the back foot, the ICC may be defending it and saying that they had made the video with respect to the World Cup only. However, we know the real picture. That was mainly tweeted pertaining to Dhoni's retirement. It is Dhoni being a legend. It should be left only to him to make the final call. There are a lot of fans that want Dhoni to continue. There are people like Javed Akhtar, Lata Mangeshkar, who have tweeted saying that MS Dhoni should continue playing cricket. The game of cricket needs him, as well as the young players of India also need his experience. So the ICC tweeting anything regard to his retirement was completely inappropriate. It was horrendous, and now we will have to see whether the BCCI does anything, whether the BCCI files any complaint with respect to this inappropriate tweet which was made by the ICC. That is also when India has lost the match. So was it also to rub shoulders on rub salt on India's wounds? That is also one of the questions. So yes, the tweet was very inappropriate. Fans have been misleaded because there have been fans.
We'll have to wait and see if BCCI takes this up with the ICC given the outrage. In fact, several of our viewers are calling in as well. There is Mr. Swaminathan, Katie Desai, Sukhdev, all our viewers who are calling in. They too want to air their views and opinions. Mr. O.P. Swaminathan, I believe you're calling us from Bengaluru. Go ahead. What do you think?
Good evening. You see, ICC has always been insensitive, and it is now headed by an Indian chairman who is just not worth that post. He is a mute spectator to the other racist fellows in that organization. The way the umpiring was there, such a hopeless, low quality of umpiring. What for the third umpire is there and 6 people are there, he cannot find out if he is sleeping or what. It's just a hopeless way of conducting a tournament. I think India should protest and start a parallel ICC or shift the ICC headquarters to Delhi or Mumbai and not in London to be overshadowed by these bullying fellows.
Well, quite interestingly, the chief of ICC is none other than Shashank Manohar himself, an Indian. Yes, and that really adds to the pain, doesn't it? The fact that an Indian great is being ridiculed by an organization headed by an Indian. In fact, there's also Katie Desai who's calling us from Hubli. Go ahead, Mr. Desai, what do you think?
My assumption is that see, when these stars, whether it is Dhoni or Mr. Tendulkar or Mr. Kohli, they earn crores and crores of rupees on the adulation, and they should be ready to take the big bats also. And it should be debated, at the crucial knockout stages, the failures also should be debated. Why always only the adulation? Why only about this thing? When the last time ICC tweeted about this Dhoni,
individual players,
adulations, that time everybody was doing data, and now if something goes wrong, and these people, are they gods or what?
Yes, I agree with you. Thank you so much for joining us. Katie Desai says, why is ICC anyways tweeting about individual players? It's not their decision. When MS Dhoni retires, they have no say in it. Then why tweet this out? In fact, another one of our viewers, Sukhdev, calling us from Dehradun. Go ahead, Sukhdev. What do you think?
Good evening, madam. I'm Sukhdev Singh, calling from Dehradun.
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Tell you that these individual forces have no right to enter in Indian affairs. And we have a rightfully people sitting in India. They will decide when to retire, when to retire, or either Mr. Dhoni.
So clearly, as you can see, there's massive outrage over this tweet. Another one of our viewers, S. Nanda, is calling us from Cuttack. Go ahead, S. Nanda.
Ma'am, this is not expected of a sports body like ICC. Especially, they are resorting to such kind of a tweet because of an eventual attitude towards Dhoni. Because you may remember a few weeks back, they were after Dhoni to remove that symbol from the glove.
Oh yes,
this is being deliberately done to avenge, kind of get back at Dhoni, who is a legend of the Indian cricket.
Absolutely. That's a very interesting twist that S. Nanda is joining us with, saying that, remember, ICC had put its foot down when Dhoni had that insignia of the territorial army on his glove, forced to remove that, following which they faced backlash, which is why it is perhaps their way to get back. Thank you so much, Mr. Nanda, for joining us. Another one of our viewers, Sudhir, is calling us from Delhi. Go ahead, Sudhir. What do you think?
Well, I suppose this is some kind of a game which is on against Dhoni, who's a legend to us, because first BCCI announces his retirement anonymously, and now this happens with ICC. So this seems to be some support from somebody in ICC to BCCI guy to defame Dhoni.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us. After all, he is one of the legends, and there is no reason why BCCI anyways ought to be tweeting about individual players, and definitely not one of the greats of not just Indian but also world cricket. There's also Mr. Srivastav who's joining us from Lucknow. Go ahead, sir. What do you think? Mr. Srivastav, are you there with us? Well, of course, this is a call-in show. We are inviting you to view your views and opinions here on Times Now. The entire retirement debate, which had already sparked off, should ICC have dabbled in it? Well, all of it, remember, sparked off by the video which was tweeted from their official Twitter handle, which also took some inspiration from Arnold Schwarzenegger's Terminator, which had Guptil making that amazing run out when it came to Mahendra Singh Dhoni. However, it doesn't go down too well with the Indian fans. That in hindsight, we could have done other things as well, other combinations, but then for the timing, it is acceptable for ICC, which is supposed to be bipartisan, to take pot shots at MS Dhoni. Well, most people don't think so. Thank you so much all our viewers for joining us here on the show. On that note, a short break, but this story is going to continue, especially on our HD channel as well, where we are going to get you the very latest on social media trends. Stay tuned to Times Now.